Welcome back everyone to Zoom Fan. In this video I'm going to try to figure out rather if wild is actually Wildcats. So I'm going to be comparing designs of where colors are, of the color of the eyes, all the way to the voice to try to figure out 100% if this is the same character. So let's dive in. So let's start with the head. As you can see, they have very similar like crest fur on their head. So, yes, when you compare the two, they both have the same one. Now, you could just say that maybe this is either a coincidence or maybe Wild is actually just a fan, so he would obviously comb his hair that way. But there's also an interesting thing. On either side of the crest, you can see that there is a brown, almost like lines. And as you can see, it's on both sides, just like the one on Wildcat. And they are the same color. So this furry crest or this hair design you can see on his head is also the same color of brown as the lines on both sides, just like on Wildcat. So that one is also very interesting. So when you go to the ears, you can also see that there are, because of the certain art style, so it's not like fur, but you can tell that that's sort of a design of fur, that there's like these two giant fur like designs on the ears, and you can see that that's also on Wildcat as well as Wild. So that there is very interesting. Now when you come to the eyes, now the eyes are very interesting because even though they're both blue, they are not 100% the same color of blue as on Wildcat. His eyes are a lot more brighter blue, while the other Wild also has a bright blue, but not as bright as the one on Wildcat. So that one is interesting. The nose is the same pink as the one on Wildcat. Okay, so maybe that is also a coincidence, but at the same time, he also has the same two whiskers on either side of his snout. So there you go. And also you can see that the orange that goes from the ears all the way down to the eyes are also the same as the ones on Wildcats. And you can see that the brown underneath the orange parts, you can see that there's these brown like lines that go through the bottom of the fur. And you can also see that on Wildcat as well. So that there is also very interesting. And you can see that there are brown lines on his back as well on his tail. Now, when you compare the two side by side, you can see that the brown lines on his back and on his tail are the same amount. So we got 3 on the tail and 3 on the back, which is the same as Wildcat, which is interesting. And you can see that where the orange fades off and becomes that lighter, like milky color, is the same place where it does on Wildcats. And when you compare the chest, you can also see that it's also very hard, but there are also these two orange-like lines as well on his chest, and that is also present on Wild. So that's basically it for design. Now, as I said, that they obviously changed the model, but where everything is located from the eyes to the color to lines and things like that all seem to be exactly the same place as it is on Wildcat. Alright, now voice. Now the voice, I can't really tell, and I didn't look at the credits on this one, so the voices do sound very similar, although they could be different voice actors for all I know. But at the same time, we can't ride anything out because voice actors change all the time, and they always get new voice actors for the characters. Even if this was a new voice actor or not, this still would not be strange for the Paw Patrol, as in they do change actors a lot throughout the season. So it still would not surprise me if they do end up changing voice actors for Wildcat. Now, last thing is the name. So why is this cat named Wild when Wildcat has the name Cat at the end of it? Well, I don't want to get into anything, but I'm almost certain that it has to do with simply because they didn't want to look like as if they were being, well, racist towards cats. And so they removed the name Cat so that he would seem more like an actual individual and not some just other animal in comparison to the others. So for me, in conclusion, I feel that Wild is actually Wildcats, even though there are some changes from the character model to maybe the voice and the eye color, but there's just not enough there for me to say that they made a new character, that he still feels like the same character. All the lines, all the colors, and everything is still there, even a bit of that personality, only because the name does not have cat and because the character model has changed from like a more muscular sized cat to more like this weird freaking bobblehead looking thing does not mean anything, because all the other cats that we see throughout the shorts also have very similar character models. So I'm guessing that they changed it for all cats as well. So in conclusion, Wild is Wildcat. But anyways, I want to hear what you guys think. Do you agree or disagree? Let me know down in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later.